Thank you for watching Peace, Love, and Guns. Today I got a very special treat for you. New year, new gun. A little bit late, but here it is. This is the Remington 1858 Reproduction by Pietta. This is a stainless steel version. It's all stainless. And isn't it just a beautiful piece? Got it sitting on top of a custom-made gelatin block here. We're going to shoot it with some different calibers today, but I just wanted to show this piece off to you guys because it's very beautiful. This is what you get in the box. It's a 44 caliber black powder cap and ball revolver. It was used heavily in the Civil War, and it's one of the real guns that won the West, as opposed to like cartridge pistols, which you tend to see in Western movies and stuff like that. Black powder was really what the settlers used, and principally what was used in the Civil War and conflicts and defensive situations before that. It is a single action only gun, meaning that you pull the hammer back and it cocks the trigger, and the trigger has one function, one action, that is to release the hammer. We don't want to dry fire this because the hammer will hit down on the nipples where you put the caps, and that's bad. We don't want to do that. These guns are made with a half cock, but unlike some revolvers of the modern era, the half cock, some people in some batteries of arms, the half cock is kind of a safety. In this case, it's not really. The safety is a safety notch is located in between every nipple. There's a safety notch cut into the cylinder. So you pull this back, and then you rotate the cylinder, and then you let it gently rest. You let it gently rest in that notch. And when you're like that, that is the safe position to carry this revolver. A lot of people would recommend keeping one cylinder empty and then resting it on the nipple. There's that cylinder, the next one to line up, and if the hammer should fall, it falls on an empty cylinder. So if you were to carry this holstered, you would want it carried in a safe position and set on that. So Pietta makes several different variants of this pistol. This is the all stainless model. They do make a old silver, and my understanding of that one is that finish is actually a brass frame that is electroplated with stainless steel. And someone can correct me on that if that's not the case, but they don't advertise that as stainless steel. They call it old silver finish, so it's possible that it is steel, but it's not a stainless, or it's just a stainless electroplate over a brass frame. The brass frames are a little bit more subject to abuse. Steel frame is going to be something can withstand a little bit hotter loads and less prone to cracking and stuff over time, but the brass frames are kind of what was more in vogue because that's an easier metal to work. That would have been used more historically. The trigger guard on this is brass. There's brass accents, like with the stud that holds the grips on. You got little maker's marks up here. I'm not sure what those really mean. It does say Pietta, made in Italy, on the barrel. And of course it says black powder only, 44 caliber. Now, kind of a cool thing about this gun is you can change the cylinders out easily. If you put it onto the half cock setting or the loading setting, the cylinder spins free, and then you can drop down the ramrod. You can pull this bar out, and then the cylinder will come out just like that. And this is something that historically they probably would not have used this as a quick reload. when you buy a spare cylinder, and I have 2 spare cylinders, when you buy a spare cylinder, it will come with a piece of paper in it that says, do not load the cylinder up and cap it, because when it's got a charge and a ball and a cap, it's ready to go off. And if I were to say drop that on this concrete here, it could go off. It'd be like having a little pepper box explode in your face or explode and hit you in the shins. So you really don't want to do that. Historically, people would not have capped them up or carried spare cylinders. It was more popular to carry multiple guns. But you could, theoretically, if you're going to do a lot of shooting one day, you can load these babies up, put them in a little pouch on your belt, and not cap them, and then you can just cap them once you put them in the gun. So you can get a little bit more shooting out of the day that way. Then you would just put that in. You kind of have to roll it in, push that back down, and then snap that lever up, and then you're ready to go. The normal battery of arms with one of these is to, on the right hand side, you would drop a powder charge in, you would drop a ball, and put a wax or some kind of sealant there to kind of prevent chain fires and to lubricate the forcing cone and all that. And then you would cycle the action so that that's on the bottommost setting, and then you would use this lever to push the load down in and compress the powder charge, and then that is that. You would do that for each cylinder, and then, and only then, would you put the caps on all of these and rest that hammer in between on the safety notch. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more fabulous content like this, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. That really helps us out, get more exposure. We want to thank our sponsor, the Gun Cleaners, and the owners of Gray Fox Ranch for letting us come out here and film today. One thing I will say about this is it's a finely crafted piece, with one exception. There is some rough machining on it. Back here on all of my cylinders, including the spare cylinders and the one that came with the gun, it is rather sharp. There's a time and place for everything, and one of those things that there's a time and place for is spinning the gun like a cowboy. If you've double, triple checked it, and there's no caps, there's no balls, we have no cylinder in it, maybe you want to spin the gun. So you spin the gun. It should be noted that these are sharp right here, and they are unbroken, sharp 90-degree edges, so if that comes back, it can grab you and then slice your hand. So 1,000 grit sandpaper in a couple places on this gun will make it very smooth. The hammer also has some really good jimping on it, but it is actually a little bit too sharp for my taste. If it's on a belt, it can kind of dig, and then on the web of your hand, it's just a little bit sharp for my liking. The trigger feels pretty good. The sights, as expected. A lot of people say that this is a little bit too high from the factory, and that it would need to be shaved down just slightly for ranges that you would use this at. This is an 8.5-inch barrel. It's got these beautiful wood grips. And one more thing on the grips is the transition between the grip to the frame of the gun, nice and smooth in all places except for one, and that's where the grip sticks out from the frame a little bit there. I feel like that could use just a little bit of a hit with some sandpaper before they put that on there, but it's not really sharp and grabby like it is on the cylinder there. That's it, guys. One of these days we'll get you a shooting video of this thing. Leave a comment, leave a like, tell us what you want to see us shoot with it, if you want to see run and gun, if you even care about my opinions about this type of stuff. And thanks for watching Peace, Love, and Guns.